What is up, everybody? Back again. Double game week 37, last double of the year. You might have noticed Doc isn't here currently. Doc was going from work to family, so we gave him the day off. So you got me. We're going to talk about all the usual stuff: transfer, captaincy, take a look at my team, let you know what I'm thinking, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll see you in 38. All right. So, getting into it, transfers. I think there's some interesting transfers that can be made. I think the obvious choice is either a city or, if you don't have three, also Brighton. Bring in somebody like that. If you're looking for somebody a little different, you could look at bringing in, well, Mahrez isn't super different because I feel like most people are bringing in him and Gundogan, but you could bring in Mahrez. He was rested during the UCL. I think he's the obvious choice to bring in. So there's an option there from City. If you're looking at Brighton and you want to get real crazy outside of, Estupinan and Mitoma and McAllister, you can look at actually forwards if you have an extra forward spot there. You can look at Undav and Enciso, or Enciso, I believe. Either of those two would actually be some pretty interesting, pretty viable options there. Another route that you can go is looking at Man United players. So Bruno Fernandes, I think, is on most people's pickup list or thoughts. And then Luke Shaw, who, yes, he did do well this last game week. Doesn't really get a bunch of stock with me. It was kind of a weird game, it felt like, from my view. So he did pick up 8 points, so there is potential there, but I don't know. We'll see. So those are a couple options, and if you wanted somebody different, you could look at, I don't know, Anthony. It sounds like Rashford is good to play. He's fit. He's been training. So I expect that yellow flag to go off him before the start of the game week. Now, sliding over to some other options. Some good old captaincy options. Who are we looking at for captaincy? So, for captaincy, I think there are your double game week players you can definitely look at. I think you should be looking at them, honestly. But I think if you have the stones for it, you can look at something like De Bruyne, but he did play in the UCL. He has been getting rested during Premier League because they haven't really needed him. That isn't the spot that they need, and Pep is gunning for UCL because that's the thing that I feel like has avoided him at City is a good title there. So he's going to be gunning with his best players there. But Mahrez, we talked about him in the transfer. I think he's an obvious pick. If you want to go safe, you can go Haaland. Pretty sure Haaland's going to play 2 games. And they're really not the most difficult games, honestly. Brighton will be an interesting one. Then you can slide over and get a real differential if you want. Look at really anybody on Brighton. Anybody on Brighton is going to be a differential. Nobody's going to even come close to the expected ownership of what Haaland will have, or what maybe even Mahrez will have, or Gundogan. Gundogan definitely, because everybody is bringing them in. And then even more differential, I would say, you can go and you can look at somebody like Rashford. Yeah, he has a yellow flag right now. Like I said, he's assumed to be fit, so we expect him to play. Or you can go to Bruno Fernandes. If Rashford doesn't play, the dude is a stud. He gets points. He hauls like crazy. If Rashford does play, he gets opportunities. He creates chances. The points are there. He just needs his team to help him out. Definitely a little bit of Madison syndrome there. He does everything for his team, but they just need to give him a little push to really, really help him out and get him across the line there. So I think those are probably your viable options there. If you really want somebody else, I mean, you could look at like Wilson or Isak for a single game week player to give the armband on there. But I think we have enough viable options in double game week territory that you should just stick there and just do that for now. Now, We talked about transfers. We talked about captaincy. Let's slide over to my team and see how it's set up right now. So, as usual, the captain and vice captain, they're just kind of random leftover from what was there this last week. So, what are we looking at? Well, I'm probably going to make a Brighton transfer, bring in somebody there, something completely differential. I've consistently been getting green arrows as we've gone up the ranks, week in, week out. I think last like 5 or 6 weeks I've had green arrows. Unfortunately, because everybody is doing the exact same team, that there's not a lot of movement at the top. So me even being differential doesn't really break into there because everybody has the same team and everybody has had the same team and everybody is millions of points ahead of me. I think 500k is like 30 points ahead of me right now, which I don't even expect to hit that by the end of the season, but we'll see. So some options that I'm thinking of is probably move on Martinelli. Sounds like he's probably out. Solanke. I could bring in a Brighton forward, which is really kind of enticing me there. Joe Linton is somebody that I can move out also for another midfielder. I don't know. I'm probably more partial to move Martinelli since I think it was confirmed he's going to miss the last 2 games, even though, as you see on here, he's got a yellow flag. So probably make a move there. Now my real question is, do I think De Bruyne is going to play 2 games? I don't know. I really want to bring in Mahrez. I love Mahrez. He's always like my interesting little punt that I do throughout the year. And I did it earlier this season, and he helped me out a ton. So might make a switch there, but I hate doing lateral moves. Yeah, I don't know. Little insight into game week 38 for everybody that's taking a look and wondering possibly where I'm going there. I'm definitely bringing Kane back. They have a super easy fixture. Kane is consistent. He's probably one of the most consistent players in the league. I feel like he's always going to return, it feels like. So that's insight for 38. There's my thoughts for 37. Yeah, it's definitely a short one this week. But you know what? We weren't reviewing 2 teams. We didn't have a bunch of information to sort through. And you missed out on me and Doc's our little back and forth. So if you think about that, that's probably going to add another 20 minutes to the videos. Sorry. Next time we'll give you your money's worth. I promise. All right. So thanks for watching. Hopefully some of my transfers maybe tickle your brain a little bit and you want to bring in somebody like that. Hopefully a differential captain is maybe one of them I mentioned will help you out and you'll decide to go that route, or go Holland and just do the same team as everyone else because it works out for everyone else, right? But until next time, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let Doc know that we want him back for 38. He's got to be here for 38. All right. He checks out the comments. We'll see you next time. Let's get these points, people.